Hi, we're Johnny and Sherry Taylor with the Taylor Acres Homestead.
Hi.
We just wanted to kind of give a brief overview of why we're doing what we're doing, what we are doing actually, and just kind of give you an idea of not only what can be done, but how to do it in some cases. Okay, anyway,
I don't know what your point is.
you know, whenever we first moved here on this spot, let me back up. First, we've been in the real estate business for many years. I've been in the real estate business for about 40 years, and Sherry's been a realtor for about 6 or 7.
10.
Worked 10. She worked at a title company for 30 years, and so she's got a good extensive background in real estate. But anyway, we're both realtors, and we decided at some point that we wanted to downsize from where we were living, which was just actually down the road a little ways, and we wanted to start living a little bit simpler life. So what we chose to do, we had already bought this property. It's a 2-acre property that we live on, and we had already bought it, had a rental property on it, and it had been rented out for a while. I had started talking to Sherry about moving up here and building a barn-dominium. Well, her excitement level was not even zero,
Negative.
probably negative 50. And so that didn't happen. And about 3 years later, she finally said, I think I'm ready to move. So, of course, I didn't want to waste a whole lot of time. So within 10 days of that, or 11 days, we were totally out of that house that we lived in, sold it, full price, cash. We were gone. We went and bought a motor home, moved up here, hooked in the motor home, and began building our barn dominium. So
Lived in a motorhome for 9 months.
we
Woohoo!
did. Wasn't that fun?
Not in the winter.
Yeah, it was winter. But anyway, so we then built our barn dominium, moved into our barn dominium, put in lawn grass. I did a sprinkler system. We tried to put in a little garden, which didn't really work very well. But after a couple of years, I decided it's time to do a real garden. So we did a garden. Did well, did nicely. And then I started watching some of these videos about permaculture, ways to do things in a more natural way. And so I happened to run across Paul Gauchi's video of Back to Eden Garden. So,
Because he had already had a garden, a tilled garden, which was really hard to keep up with.
A lot of
the
work.
Weeds are horrible, and watering and all that kind of stuff. It was the pits.
yeah. And so anyway, I thought, I can do this Back to Eden Garden. It'll be a whole lot less work.
In down the road it is.
In theory. So anyway, we got started on that, covered the place with cardboard. In fact, if you want to know how to do it Back to Eden Garden, shucks, just comment in the video down below, let me know. And I'm going to try to work up some sort of a PDF that I can send out for anybody that wants it. But just comment below and we'll contact you and see. But anyway, we did the Back to Eden Garden, got it all set up. Again, it's a lot of work to get set up, but it's well worth it. And so we decided, we continued watching these videos. And then my sweet precious love muffin got started on the homesteading videos. Oh my goodness. So now we're hooked. She's really hooked. I'm still hooked. I mean, I love them. But we've enjoyed watching a number of the homesteaders around the country, and most of them are like in Missouri or in North Carolina, Arkansas, places where it rains. So we thought, you know what? We live in a place where it doesn't rain very often, well, except this year. But it doesn't rain very often. It's a lot harder to just toss stuff in the ground and watch it grow like those guys do. So I thought, well, that might be kind of fun to number one, to experiment with what we could do here in the Panhandle of Texas with growing our own food, and and just maybe we could even help other people do what we do. Maybe we could, maybe by some sort of inspiration of some sort, help people to get off the processed foods and begin to live a healthier lifestyle, because it's really paid off for us. And we'd love to see our friends, people we know, people we don't know yet, which some of you may be, but we'd love to see you get healthy, wealthy, and wise. How's that? Yeah. But anyway, that's kind of how we got started, and some of the mindset that we have naturally is just to be healthier ourselves, to produce some of our own food with no chemicals, with no pesticides, no insecticides. That's what we want to do, and that's what we want to encourage other people to do, if at all possible. And some people think, well, we can't do that, we live in town.
You can do that.
Exactly.
That's right.
You can, and we want to help you figure out how to do that, how to do just that, even in a very small space.
One of the things that I started doing was canning and dehydrating and
Yes.
stuff like that. My mom did it when I was a little girl, and I hated it because I'd come home from school and the house would be 950 degrees, you know, and
1,000.
yeah, and it was hot, and it was a lot of work for her. And you know, I helped some, but I was a kid and I complained and didn't, you know, I'd say, you can just go to the store and buy this stuff. Well, I didn't understand the difference between canning your own and going and buying crap. So anyway,
Processed food at
Yeah.
the store.
well, crap.
That's what she meant. Yeah.
So anyway, he several years ago, when the garden, even the tilled garden, you know, we were getting a lot of produce and stuff, I would come in, and we have an island that's quite large, but it would be totally
It's a
full.
Caribbean island, in case
Yeah,
you're wondering.
yeah, it's the only island we could afford.
It's the island in the kitchen.
Yeah. So anyway, it would just be piled high with, you know, all kinds of produce from the garden. And I would just look at it like, what am I going to do with this? I don't know what to do. I've never done this, but I learned. I have a friend at church, and she does stuff like that all the time, and she was a great encouragement to me. And so I got started in dehydrating, canning, and it was awesome. And so I really enjoy it now. But you know, it's a process. You think, okay, I can go buy that stuff at the store and keep putting those chemicals and crud into your body, or let's try doing it ourselves. So we're enjoying it. We've been on absolutely the best supplements, I think, in the whole wide world for over 20 years. And I think that's made a huge difference in our lives, because, you know, we're not spring chickens anymore, but we feel like spring chickens.
Who's not?
Whatever. So anyway, you know, we really attribute a lot of that to the health, the good health that we have these days, because we have many friends who aren't in good health, and you know, we don't go to doctors. We, you know, if we have to, we will, but it's got to be an emergency, because we just take care of it ourselves. And so it's really been fun. And so adding this into our lives, that now that we
Growing our own food.
growing our own food, and you know, our eggs, we love, well, he loves eggs. I like eggs, but he could eat eggs 3 times a day, and sometimes he gets to. If we're really busy, that's an easy meal.
Yep.
So anyway, we love it. And so anyway, that's just some of my take.
Yep. Well, and you know, part of it is we would really like to get to the point where we grow 85 to 90% of our food.
Oh,
Currently,
God, sorry, I didn't mean to jump. Hope he doesn't poop on me.
Currently, we probably grow 30%, maybe, thanks to her canning and dehydrating and all that good stuff. But I'm going to do a medicinal herb garden. I want to have medicinal fruits here. We've got lots of berries. We've got elderberries, chokeberries, raspberries, blackberries, gooseberries, blueberries. We're growing strawberries. We're growing things, and I'm kind of one of those guys that wants to experiment. If somebody tells me it can't be done here, then I want to do it. And so I got some blueberries and started growing my blueberries here in the ground.
in the back to Eden garden, because
In
the soil is so
beautiful.
good.
Yeah. And so if you're concerned about your soil, because our soil here in the Texas Panhandle, of course, is a relatively high pH. Blueberries don't grow in a high pH. They like acidic soil. And so we were just buying them to test them to see how they would do, because Paul Couchy said you can grow almost anything in this system. I'm believing him, because blueberries are growing here in the Panhandle of Texas. And so anyway, we're kind of excited about that. But that's pretty much our story and how we got started doing this. There'll be more to come about what we're doing and how we're doing it. I'm going to be building some raised beds here shortly. I'm going to be putting up some new poultry fencing, which is going to be super gorgeous, and I'm really excited about doing that. I've got to go buy a few things first before we can, but we're going to put those up, so that'll be on here as well. And if in case you want to put up an absolutely gorgeous poultry fence or animal fence, good for anything, even a yard fence, that's going to be
We are going to put it around the yard.
Yeah, we are going to put it around the yard because it's really beautiful. And so we're going to be doing that, and we'll be showing you how to do that and give you plans on what to do and stuff. There's also going to be, we're going to be putting up a grow out, a harden up shed. It's actually a hoop house, but we're going to turn it into a hardening off shed for a lot of our greenhouse plants. And by the way, I did become a nursery, so I am an official licensed nursery here in the state of Texas, and we do sell trees. We order trees in from down south,
and grow out some too.
And we grow out some, yes we do, and we'll be growing out more in the future, but we've just kind of started with the nursery. And so we're buying trees and bringing them in. And we do market those. We market them at a very, very, very hugely discounted price. It's not our main source of income. And so we're able to help folks who would love to have trees, but really can't afford $4,000 to $6,000 a tree, or don't want to afford.
That's right.
We've made ours available at way less money than what they're selling for. So it's kind of nice. It's good for us. We make a little bit of money off of each tree, and helps to go to build the homestead a little more. And the folks buying them, our customers, get a heck of a deal on trees. So we've started doing that as well, which is kind of a nice thing to do. And by the way, if you have questions about anything, how to get started, what to do, where to go, I mean anything, give us a chat on the
Comment below.
Big words always stump me. You can comment below here on the video, and I'll get back with you. But you know, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time with it. Yeah, we're older, but we don't care. A lot of the homesteading videos we've been watching, the kids are like 30 years old or 35 years old.
Exactly.
And we got kids older than that.
That's right.
And so a lot of people look at us and think, boy, you guys are nut cases.
And we are.
And we are. That's right. And that's why we're doing this. So, but we're having fun with it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a lot of work, but it's worth every single minute, because very few chemicals go into our bodies versus what you get if you're buying your supplements, your groceries, and your meats and veggies and all that stuff at the grocery store. We're avoiding that for the most part, and honestly it's done well for us.
And we haven't ever, harvested meat before.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But we do have some turkeys out there that are named Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter. So that will be coming along here soon, because our male turkeys are getting huge.
Yep.
And so we'll be doing that, and eventually we'll grow out some meat chickens. Right now we just have layers. Yep. They're skinny, so they don't have a lot of meat on them, but we will do some meat chickens.
Yeah. The turkeys would be fun. I was going to go ahead and order this year 12 meat chickens, but the more I think about it, the more I think I've got turkeys right now, and
that'll be a lot of
I've
meat.
never done this before, and it's a little bit daunting, So we'll also put some of that on here. Of course, we won't put the actual harvesting, but we'll put some of the process on there so that you can see how to do. And it'll be fun. I don't like killing stuff is my problem. I don't even like killing animals, period. But this is just strictly for meat, because the chicken, the fish, the beef, the turkey, all the stuff you buy in the stores has chemicals in it. We wonder why are Americans so fat? Well, they put fattening up hormones, growth hormones, in all your beef that you get, unless you're buying grass-fed beef. So if those growth hormones are going in the cattle, don't you imagine when you consume that product, those growth hormones are then going to activate within your body? Now, I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor, but that's kind of the way I see things. And I'm not so sure that's not correct.
Yeah, we buy our beef local, and it's grass-fed beef.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we'll get to enjoy our own chickens and our own turkey. Mm-hmm. So it'll be fun.
We're not going to buy any calves.
No.
Because they're too much trouble.
We don't have enough room.
We have
2 acres, and we have 3 rentals on our 2 acres.
Yep.
So we don't have the space.
No.
I do want some pigs though. Not right now.
Oh my Lord.
Not right now. Eventually. I can smell that bacon.
If we could have more acreage, we could have more stuff.
Not
anyway,
right now.
Thank y'all for watching. I do hope that you will subscribe to our channel, that you'll press the little bell down there that sends you notifications, so when we do another video, you'll get a notification that says, hey, they just sent out another video. And we do hope you'll watch it.
You need to watch those crazy tailors.
Yep. And hit the little thumbs up button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I guess you can hit the thumbs down. No, don't hit the thumbs down button. That would not be nice.
And if you have suggestions on what we need to do or don't do, let us know. We're new at this.
Exactly.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yes, good point. And if you've got an idea on how we should do something differently, or maybe suggestions on what you'd like to see, we'd love to hear from you. So comment down below here on the video and let us know. So in the meantime, we're going to get off of here. We've taken all the time of yours that we feel like we should. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please feel free to share it with some of your friends.
Please.
There might be some other people that might be interested in watching some old geezers do what the young kids are doing.
It's funny because we have found more recently in our immediate area of young people and others that are wanting to do the same thing. So it's kind of fun.
Yep. So we're going to sign off and say sayonara. So God bless you guys.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Do you like that? Yeah, I think they're going to like this. They'll have quite a bit of eating here. They are excited. Can't even see them hardly. There's chickens in there too. You really can't see them. Enjoy.